It's Chelsea lately. Tonight, did Shia LaBeouf hook up with Megan Fox? Woman is arrested after spraying her breast milk at cops. Is Crystal trying to sell Hef's engagement ring? Plus, from The Ledge, Liv Tyler is here. For me, musical theater begins and ends with West Side Story. It's Chelsea Handler.
My next guest stars in the new movie The Ledge. Take a look.
You're so flippant, aren't you? You have no idea what it's like to lose everything and to try and put it all back together again.
Actually, Shayna.
You don't know what it's like for me and Joe.
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to cause you problems.
Please welcome Liv Tyler. So beautiful. Sit back, relax, so that everybody can get
to walk in tight.
Oh, they're beautiful shoes, though. I love your legs and your body. That's why I'm covered up, because I don't even want people to look and be like, oh, look how short and nugget-like Chelsea is.
You are beautiful. You have a beautiful body.
Oh, thank you.
I was watching you on TV. You were like looking radiant.
Really? I must have gotten some. Shut up, Chewy. So, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming on, because I know that you are not a big fan of doing interviews. That sometimes, I read somewhere that you actually once almost blacked out.
Oh, God, yeah. I get very nervous. It's sort of the lead up to it that makes me terrified. And then I stand there and it's like, come on down. And sometimes I almost kind of like black out in a way.
Have you ever actually blacked out during an interview?
I, in a press conference once, came this close to fainting in Cannes with Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck and all the cast. And, of course, they always were just asking them questions. And someone said, Miss Tyler, and I just literally went like a sheet. Apparently, the boys said they were looking at me, and they got so scared because I just lost all color in my face. And everything went into a tunnel, and it was like, wow, Miss Tyler.
I get nervous when I smile, like when I smile too much. If you're like, you know, on a red carpet, you're like, and your face starts to get like ugly girl smile, where you're like, and your nostrils are flaring. And that's like when you have to smile for that long in heels, you're like, so I always just keep walking. But I know, and when
I always get really shaky knees on a red carpet.
Yeah, yeah.
Like my knees tremble together.
Well, it's hard when you're walking around in high heels. People are always like, we're always shaking. I'm like, well, you've been shaking too. So tell me about your son, Milo, because he sounds really funny.
He is.
How old is he now?
He's 6.
Okay.
Yep. He is amazing. He's really funny. He's kind of like a little engineer. He's decided that he wants to invent a theme park. And
do you take him to a lot of theme parks? Is that where you got that idea?
Well, I do. We go to Paris a lot because I have this beautiful, wonderful cosmetic thing with Givenchy, which is great. So we get to go on these amazing trips to Paris where they sort of spoil us, and we go to Disney World or Land or whatever it is. Euro Disney.
Oh, I was going to say, is Disney? Did they move that to Paris? I'm like, wow, I really haven't been in a long time.
And he became obsessed with roller coasters, but he's not like a little kid about it. He literally wakes up at like 6 in the morning and he's like, Mommy, we need to go to the store and we need to buy like chicken wire and I need more clay and we have to go across the deli right now. I need toothpicks. And he's like building models and inventing this whole, he has a book, he draws them all in, and it's amazing.
Well, that must be exhausting for you. Do you know anything about any of that stuff?
It is pretty exhausting. It's 6 in the morning. It's really hard.
It is
a little bit. I actually love roller coasters, except I went on the Zipper recently. Do you remember the Zipper?
Is that the one?
That's like the one they have at the fair, like the country fair that they kind of set up. And it used to be my favorite ride.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I went on it with my little sister, but it was like some psycho was running it. It was like 2 minutes long, and we were screaming, and I literally had whiplash the next day. I was like, I'm getting old canceled because I couldn't handle the zipper.
Well, they don't run them properly. You know, when you're at a fair,
It
you're like, I
smells
could go
like
flying
barf.
into like the atmosphere at any moment. You know, and all the smells of all that food. Once you're older, you're like, ugh, this is all gross. So, okay, let's talk about this movie. I watched it. I had a viewing the other night at my house in honor of you and you coming on. And the lesbians at my house have a big crush on you, FYI. I'm sure you've never heard that before. But you play
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I like lesbians.
You like lesbians?
I love lesbians.
You'd like these two lesbians. They're big lesbians. But your character is pretty depressing. Do you like playing that kind of character? Because you're serious, and you're like, and you're in a serious, like, it's like a Christian marriage. Is that the right accurate way?
I'm married to an evangelical Christian, so he's like very extremist in his beliefs because he's had a past of debauchery and darkness, so he's sort of like trying to, you know, rebuild his life again.
As did you in the movie, as did your character, right? You were a sort of like
I'm a sinner, it doesn't work.
Yeah, you are a sinner. You were a reformed stripper, right? Is that it? Or like
I think she was a prostitute.
Oh, I was trying to make it sound nicer.
I always felt really funny doing that scene when I was trying to explain like what happened to her, and I was like, is anyone gonna believe that as I walk here right now that like I was beat up in a church and I was a hooker? But I didn't believe it as I was saying it. But
That's good to know. But you were naked in the movie too, which is hard to do, and your body looks really, really good.
Thank you very
What do you
much.
do for that?
that was really, I have to say, one of the most, vulnerable, kind of scary experiences ever. It's really hard. I would say in almost every movie I've ever been in, there's some love scene where the woman's supposed to be naked or a boobie shows or something happens, and I'm always trying to negotiate and convince them, like, but that's not what really happens. Like, panties could just go to the side and a boob could pop out, and like, you don't have to be totally naked. And in this, I couldn't win with that negotiation. So.
Well, that's okay, because I don't ever remember you being naked in a movie, so it's not like anybody's gonna, nobody thinks you're a prostitute. Don't worry, I've got that cover. You'll look sweet and innocent as pie sitting next to me. So the movie's called The Ledge, everyone. It's in select theaters July 8th, and it's on demand right now, so you can order it. And we will be right back. Thank you, Liv Tyler.